On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Gaze.
To stare at something or someone for an extended period of time, usually out of surprise or adoration, or because you are thinking about something else.
Examples:
Gaze steadily at his face. Gaze absently out a window. The youngster was gazed by the beast.
Microscope.
An instrument used to see objects or substances that are too small to be seen with the naked eye.
Examples:
Microscope slide. Electron microscope. I used an optical microscope to observe the small organisms in the water sample.
Insect.
Any small creature that has 6 legs and a body divided into 3 sections.
Examples:
Insect antenna. Insect biology. These insects are more prevalent above a certain latitude.
Amber.
A hard, translucent, yellow-orange or brownish-yellow fossil resin that is used in jewelry and ornamentation and often contains insects or other small organisms that were trapped inside when the resin was sticky, also used to describe the color that resembles this type of resin.
Examples:
Amber resin. Amber ale. The bracelet was made of beautiful amber stones.
Remarkable.
Worthy of attention because unusual or special.
Examples:
Remarkable achievement. The remarkable breadth of knowledge. The election was a remarkable success for the Whigs.
Preserve.
To keep or maintain a particular quality, feature, etc., especially to prevent it from decaying, being damaged, or being destroyed.
Examples:
Preserve my strength. Preserve a country's heritage. They worked hard to preserve the nature of their native lands.
Morphology.
The study of the form and structure of plants, animals, and other organisms. The study of the alteration of word forms as they change from one part of speech to another.
Examples:
Morphology of a language. Cellular morphology. The morphology of rocks can reveal clues about their geological history.
Phenomenal.
Extremely good or impressive, outstanding.
Examples:
Phenomenal success. Phenomenal growth. The athlete's phenomenal performance broke all previous records.
Crawl.
To move forward slowly, as people or animals with their bodies near the ground.
Examples:
Crawl across the floor. Crawl away from a car. Along the gravel roads, sizable yellow school buses crawl.
Resin.
A sticky, viscous substance typically obtained from trees and plants, particularly conifers and evergreens. a material used in the manufacture of adhesives, plastics, and other products, particularly those that require stiffness or abrasion resistance.
Examples:
Tree resin, synthetic resin. The guitar was coated with a resin layer to protect the wood and enhance the tone.
Sequence:
A series of related events, actions, numbers, etc., which have a particular order.
Examples:
The sequence of the seasons. The DNA sequence. We do move forward with those tasks in sequence next week.
Genome:
The complete set or sequence of genes of a human, animal, plant, or other living things.
Examples:
Sequencing of the human genome. Genome analyses. The human genome contains approximately 3 billion chemical base pairs.
Extinct:
No longer in existence.
Examples:
Extinct by human activity. Long extinct volcano. Many species have become extinct due to habitat destruction and other human activities.
Unlikely:
Not probable or likely to happen.
Examples:
Unlikely event. It is unlikely that he would win the game. The passage of the bill is unlikely.
Revive:
To bring back to life, consciousness, or strength, to restore.
Examples:
Revive my energy. Revive an old friendship. They revived the tradition of holding a parade on the main street every year.
Amazing:
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Possibility:
A chance that something may happen or be true.
Examples:
Possibility for growth. Possibility of a major earthquake. The possibility of getting the disease will drastically increase.
Modern:
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Revival:
An instance of bringing something back to life, popularity, or prominence, a period of renewed interest or enthusiasm in something that was previously considered outdated or old-fashioned.
Examples:
Revival meeting. Revival of the economy. The town's economy experienced a revival after opening a new factory.
Mosquito:
A small flying insect whose female bites people and animals and sucks their blood, and sometimes transmits serious diseases such as malaria.
Examples:
Mosquito bite, mosquito repellent. A stagnant water area are breeding ground for mosquitoes.
Inspiration.
Something that motivates or encourages someone to create or achieve something, or a feeling of excitement or creativity.
Examples:
Source of inspiration. Get inspiration from nature. He found inspiration in the works of his favorite authors.
Woolly.
Covered with thick, soft, and often curly hair or fibers, lacking clarity or precision.
Examples:
Woolly lambs, woolly hair. The sheep had a thick, woolly coat to keep it warm in the winter.
Mammoth.
Exceedingly large or extensive. Noun, any of numerous extinct elephants widely distributed in the Pleistocene.
Examples:
Woolly mammoth, a mammoth ship. The minister decided to review its mammoth public works projects.
Permafrost.
A layer of soil that is permanently below freezing, usually in polar regions.
Examples:
Permafrost area, thawing permafrost. Permafrost is crucial to soil stability in Arctic areas.
Wool.
A textile fiber obtained from the fleece of sheep or certain other animals, used for making clothing and other fabric items.
Examples:
Wool sweater, wool fibers. I love wearing wool socks during the winter to keep my feet warm.
Quintessence.
The perfect example of a quality or class.
Examples:
The quintessence of virtue, quintessence of life. The quintessence of the author's writing is the depth of emotion conveyed.
Hairy.
Covered with hair or having a furry texture, difficult, dangerous, or complicated.
Examples:
Hairy situation, hairy arms. The new rescue dog was covered in thick, hairy fur that kept him warm in cold weather.
Tusk.
A long, pointed tooth, usually found in animals such as elephants, walruses, or wild boars, which protrudes from the mouth and is used as a weapon or for digging.
Examples:
Tusk of an elephant, tusk-like tooth. The ivory poacher was arrested for possession of illegal tusks.
Bury.
To place a dead body in the ground, grave, or tomb.
Examples:
Bury in the earth, bury emotion. There is plenty of space to bury everyone.
Educate.
To provide or receive instruction or training over a period of time at a school, university, etc.
Examples:
Educate student. Educate public. The school's mission is to educate young children and prepare them for the future.
Kinship.
The state or fact of being related to someone.
Examples:
Kinship ties. Kinship relations. She felt a sense of kinship with her new colleagues.
Knit.
To make a garment or fabric by interlocking loops of yarn with needles or a machine.
Examples:
Knit my eyebrows. Knit a pair of socks. The grandmother knit a warm sweater for her grandchild.
Bound.
To move forward by leaps and bounds, to form the boundary of something.
Examples:
Bounded with delight. Bound up a staircase. Canada bounds on the United States.
Origin.
The first existence or beginning of something.
Examples:
Origin of all humankind. A manuscript of uncertain origin. There are various hypotheses concerning the origin of life.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Migrate.
To move from one country or region to another and settle there. To move from one place to another periodically or seasonally.
Examples:
Migrate across borders. Migrate a service. Many Germans migrated to South America in the mid-19th century.
Weigh.
To have a particular weight. To carefully evaluate things before making a conclusion.
Examples:
Weigh heavily on stock prices. Weigh a cargo. The baby weighs 1 pound 3 ounces.
Woodland.
Land covered with trees and underbrush, a forest.
Examples:
Woodland creatures. Broadleafed woodland. We walked through the woodland and saw many different types of plants and animals.
Climate.
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Steppe.
A vast, wide, and usually treeless plain, typically found in semi-arid or arid regions, characterized by fertile soil and grassy vegetation, often used for grazing livestock, an expansive and open grassland ecosystem found in Eurasia and North America.
Examples:
Steppe climate, barren steppe. The nomadic tribes set up camp on the vast steppe.
Grassland.
A large area of land covered mainly by grass, with few or no trees, and typically used for grazing livestock.
Examples:
Endangered grassland, vast grassland. Meadows and pastures are examples of smaller-scale grasslands in many parts of the world.
Savanna.
A mixed forest and grassland ecosystem where the trees are far enough apart that the canopy doesn't close.
Examples:
Savanna region, tropical savanna. The birds live in tropical forests, savannas, and arid semi-desert environments.
Glacial.
Relating to or resembling a glacier, equals a slowly moving mass of ice, or the process of glaciation, characterized by an extremely slow or gradual pace or movement.
Examples:
Glacial movements, glacial terrain. The glacial pace of the negotiations frustrated both parties.
Peak.
The point to which something or someone is at its strongest, best, or most successful, the pointed top of a mountain.
Examples:
At peak hour, the peak current in the circuit. This measurement aims to reduce traffic at peak periods.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
Survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Traumatic.
Relating to or caused by injury, especially emotional injury.
Examples:
Traumatic event. Traumatic brain injury. The experience was so traumatic that it left a lasting impact on the survivor's mental health.
Climatic.
Relating to the weather or climate.
Examples:
Long-term climatic effect. Climatic change. The climatic conditions in this region were ideal for growing grapes.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Transition.
The process or period of changing from one state or circumstance to another.
Examples.
Transition phase. Ensure a smooth transition. The nation's healthcare system is in transition at the moment.
Temperature.
The degree of hotness or coldness of a thing or place.
Examples.
Extreme temperatures. The atmospheric temperature. Cities around the world set records for highest temperatures this summer.
Surprisingly.
In a way that causes amazement or wonder.
Examples.
Surprisingly advanced culture. Have surprisingly little effect. The exam was surprisingly tricky for everyone.
Pyramid.
A polyhedron having a polygonal base and triangular sides with a common vertex, a massive monument with a square base and 4 triangular sides, begun by Cheops around 2700 BC as royal tombs in ancient Egypt.
Examples.
Pyramid architecture. A truncated pyramid. The Egyptian pyramids consist of a vast number of blocks.
Disappear.
To cease to exist or be visible.
Examples.
Disappear without a trace. Disappear after a week. They watched the train disappear into the distance.
Encroach.
To advance beyond the usual or acceptable limit gradually and often without being noticed, to infringe upon someone's territory, rights, privacy, etc.
Examples.
Encroach on the realm. Encroach on the habitat of the animal. You have no right to encroach on my leisure time.
Dense.
Containing a large number of people or something with little space between them.
Examples.
Nutrient-dense foods. Dense forests. The entire mountain is covered in dense rainforest.
Overkill.
An excessive or extreme amount of something, often used to describe an unnecessary or disproportionate use of force or resources.
Examples.
Overkill strategy. Marketing overkill. The excessive use of force by the police was an example of overkill in their attempt to arrest a suspect.
Hunt.
To go after and try to catch wild animals to kill them for food, sport, or profit.
Examples.
Hunt a job. Hunt after knowledge. Hounds hunt their prey by using their keen scent.
Fortunate.
Having good luck or lucky.
Examples.
Fortunate situation. Less fortunate person. He was pretty fortunate to pass the exam.
Strew.
To scatter or spread things over an area. To scatter something in an untidy way.
Examples.
Strew the room with balloons. Strew garbage. The wind strew the leaves all over the lawn.
Preservation.
The act of keeping something in its original state or of preventing it from being damaged.
Examples:
Wildlife preservation. The preservation of food. The museum had kept the paintings in remarkable preservation.
Intact.
Undamaged and complete.
Examples:
Intact brain. Intact forest land. Despite the scandals, his reputation remained intact.
Carcass.
The dead body of an animal, especially one that has been killed for food.
Examples:
Examine a carcass. Carcass disposal. The animal's carcass was found in the forest, most likely killed by a predator.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Survival.
The state of continuing to exist or live, frequently in the face of difficulty or danger.
Examples:
Survival ability. Survival food. He evaluated his chances for survival rather pessimistically.
Depth.
The distance between the top and bottom of something, between the top surface and a distance below it.
Examples:
Depth camera. The depth of the water. The pond's depth was around 5 feet.
Burial.
The act or ceremony of placing a dead body in a grave.
Examples:
Burial at sea. A round burial mound. The burial ceremony was a somber reminder of his passing.
Constant.
Happening repeatedly or all the time.
Examples:
A constant wind. A constant temperature. Constant dropping wears away the stone.
Ultimate.
Furthest or highest in degree or order.
Examples:
The ultimate goal in life. The ultimate luxury. Management must take ultimate responsibility for the accident.
Dictate.
To state or give order with total authority, to say or read aloud for somebody else to write down or to be recorded.
Examples:
Dictate a letter to secretary. Dictate to the associate. The Allies dictated the terms of surrender to the country.
Geology.
A science that deals with the history of the Earth as recorded in rocks.
Examples:
Bureau of Geology. Local geology. He was a visiting geology professor at the University of Tokyo.
Frame.
A strong border or structure of the wood, metal, etc. that surrounds something such as a picture, door, or window.
Examples:
A picture frame. The frame of the policy. The detective looked for fingerprints on the window frame.
Consistency.
The quality of acting or being done in the same way over time. The quality of not containing any logical contradictions.
Examples:
Lack consistency. Consistency of results. There's no consistency in his arguments.
Fossil.
Any preserved remains, impression, or trace of any once living thing that has become hard and turned into rock.
Examples:
Burning of fossil fuels. A fossil leaf. It was the fossil of a dinosaur tooth.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Tight.
Fixed, fastened, or kept together firmly or closely.
Examples:
A tight game. Student on a tight budget. The national election was held amid tight security.
Wrap.
To cover or enclose something entirely with paper, cloth, or other material.
Examples:
Wrap a fish in foil. Wrap up a meeting. Wrap the bandage tightly around the injured arm.
His tone.
A type of protein molecule that is responsible for packing and organizing DNA into a compact structure called chromatin within the nucleus of cells.
Examples:
Histone modification. Histone deacetylase. The DNA molecule wraps around the histone proteins to form a nucleosome.
Protein.
A molecule made up of a long chain of amino acids, which is essential for the structure and function of the body's tissues.
Examples:
Stress protein. Protein synthesis. The body needs a certain amount of protein to build and repair tissues.
Bacteria.
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic bacteria. Harmless bacteria. bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Symbiotic.
Involving two varieties of animal or plant, each of which supplies the conditions for the other to exist.
Examples:
symbiotic economy, symbiotic bacteria. We have a mutually symbiotic connection with them.
Lifetime.
The duration of someone's life or of something's existence.
Examples:
lifetime benefits. Lifetime ban formed the sport. She had lived through 2 world wars in her lifetime.
Oxygen.
The chemical element with the symbol O that is present in air and water and is necessary for people, animals, and plants to live.
Examples:
the hydrogen binds the oxygen. Lack of oxygen. The passenger grabbed for the oxygen mask.
Fragment.
A small piece or part broken off or detached.
Examples:
fragment of a text. A broken fragment. The archaeologist carefully pieced together the tiny fragments of pottery found at the dig site.
Scenario.
A description of possible actions or events in the future, a written outline of a play, film, or literary work.
Examples:
the worst case scenario. Number of different scenarios. The president prepared several possible scenarios for an enemy attack.
Devoid.
Completely lacking or free from something.
Examples:
devoid of life. Air devoid of pollution. The room was devoid of any furniture or decorations.
Organic.
Pertaining to or derived from biological substance, producing plants and animals for food and other items without the use of synthetic chemicals.
Examples:
organic soils. Eat organic food. Kidney is an organic component of the body.
State of the art.
Characterized by the use of the latest and most advanced technology or methods, cutting edge.
Examples:
state-of-the-art technology. State-of-the-art software. The hospital has state-of-the-art equipment and facilities to ensure the best health care for its patients.
Devise.
To come up with an idea, plan, theory, etc., using your intelligence or imagination.
Examples:
devise a plan. Devise a literary plot. They had to devise a system that did not depend on fossil fuels.
Extract.
A short passage taken from a book, piece of music, etc., a substance obtained from something through a specific process. Verb, to obtain from something or to remove something by effort or force. A brief extract from the book. Botanical extract. Anesthetize the gum before extracting the teeth.
Complicated.
Involving a lot of different things or parts in a way that is difficult to understand or analyze.
Examples:
A complicated process. Become increasingly complicated. He did complicated pen and ink drawings in just a few days.
Fungus.
A type of organism that includes yeasts, molds, and mushrooms, which are heterotrophic, meaning they do not produce their food and must consume organic matter to survive.
Examples:
Fungus infection. Symbiotic fungus. Certain types of fungus can be toxic to humans, causing severe illness if ingested.
Temperate.
Mild or moderate in temperature or climate, exhibiting self-restraint, particularly about the consumption of food, drink, or other indulgences, showing moderation or restraint in behavior or attitude.
Examples:
Temperate grassland. Temperate behavior. The temperate climate of the region made it an ideal vacation spot.
Endogenous.
Originating or arising from within an organism, system, or process rather than from external factors, pertaining to internal causes or influences.
Examples:
Endogenous growth. Endogenous opioid system. Endogenous factors like genetics and personality are key in determining our behavior.
Discriminate.
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Capture.
To catch a person or an animal and confine them in an area which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Capture a glimpse. Capture customers' hearts. I was able to capture the moment on film.
Advance.
To go or move forward, to develop in a positive way.
Examples:
Advance the technology. Advance a cooperative relationship. Scientific knowledge will advance significantly with the power of AI.
Throughput.
The amount of material or information that can be processed by a system or organization over a given period of time.
Examples:
Workplace throughput. Network throughput. The data center's throughput is impressive, allowing for quick processing of large amounts of data.
Bioinformatics.
The interdisciplinary field that combines biology and computer science to analyze, interpret, and manage biological information and data, particularly in the realm of genetics, genomics, and other related areas.
Examples:
Bioinformatics research, bioinformatics tools. Bioinformatics algorithms are essential for identifying and analyzing patterns in biological data.
Jig.
A lively dance with a fast tempo and typically involving hopping movements, a device or tool used for guiding or directing a cutting or drilling tool.
Examples:
Dancing a jig, jig grinding machine. The traditional Irish jig is a lively folk dance involving much footwork.
Backbone.
The spinal column of a vertebrate, a symbolic representation of strength and resilience.
Examples:
Backbone of society, backbone curve. She showed great backbone when standing up for her beliefs in opposition.
Chromosome.
A long and string-like DNA molecule containing the part or all of the genetic material of an organism that controls what an animal or plant is like.
Examples:
A sex chromosome, the end of chromosome. Human females normally have 2 X chromosomes.
Completion.
The act or process of finishing something that you are doing or making, the state of being finished.
Examples:
A completion ceremony, scheduled completion date. The mayor announced that the renovation of the city hall is now nearing completion.
Hominid.
A primate of a family, hominidae, that includes humans and their fossil ancestors.
Examples:
Large-toothed hominid, hominid evolution. Scientists have discovered new fossil evidence of an ancient hominid species.
Compose.
To write music, poetry, or formal writing, to constitute or make up a whole, or a specified part of it.
Examples:
Compose an essay. Compose my thoughts. The structure is composed of 3 main components.
Repetition.
The act of doing or saying something many times.
Examples:
Repetition of the word. Habitual repetition. Repetition is the mother of all learning.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Relation.
The way 2 persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Slightly.
In a small degree or extent, a little.
Examples:
Increase slightly. Slightly alkaline soils. He moved his body slightly to the left.
Ancient.
Relating to the long ago, particularly the historical period preceding the fall of the Western Roman Empire, very old.
Examples:
Pre-Christian ancient. Ancient stories. They have been living near water since ancient times.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Glacier.
A slowly moving mass of ice formed from snow on mountains or near the North Pole or the South Pole.
Examples:
Glacier retreat. Glaciers moved tardily. The glaciers of the Ice Age have shaped fjord.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Ecotone.
A transition zone between two distinct ecosystems or biomes, characterized by a mixture of features and species from both areas. An area of high biodiversity due to the diversity of habitats and species found there.
Examples:
Ecotone boundary. Diverse ecotone. The ecotone between the mountain and the valley provides a transitional habitat for various animal species.
Refuge.
The state of being safe or protected from danger, trouble, or difficulty, or a place providing shelter or protection from them.
Examples:
Refuge camp. A harbor of refuge. Some of the émigrés sought refuge in this country.
Interbreed.
To breed between different species or varieties.
Examples:
Interbreed to produce hybrid offspring. Interbreed plants. Lions and tigers can interbreed to produce a liger.
Uncommon.
Not occurring or seen very often, rare.
Examples:
Uncommon occurrence. Uncommon talents. It was uncommon for the store to have such a big sale.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples.
Intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Outcompete.
To be more successful in competition than someone or something.
Examples.
Outcompete peers. Outcompete domestic producers. To outcompete its rivals, the company invested heavily in research and development.
Unfortunately.
By bad luck, unluckily.
Examples.
Unfortunately caught in a shower. Even more unfortunately. The treatments were done, but, unfortunately, were unsuccessful.
Trivial.
Of little value or importance.
Examples.
A trivial man. For trivial reasons. The problem seemed trivial initially, but it became a significant issue.
Accident.
An unfortunate event, especially one causing damage or injury.
Examples.
Cause an accident. Injury in a car accident. The accident partially destroyed my vehicle.
Modify.
To change something slightly, such as a plan, option, law, etc., especially to make it more suitable for a particular purpose.
Examples.
Genetically modify food. Modify my behavior. We use adverbs to modify verbs and adjectives.
Enucleate.
To remove the nucleus from a cell, to surgically remove the eye or the contents of the eye, leaving the scleral shell and sometimes the cornea intact.
Examples.
Enucleate the tumor. Enucleate cells. The surgeon will enucleate the eye tomorrow due to its irreversible damage.
Differentiate.
To recognize or establish as being distinct, to distinguish between things that are compared, to calculate a derivative.
Examples.
Differentiate between fact and fiction. Differentiate a function. The teacher asked the students to differentiate between the two similar species of birds.
Stem.
The central part of something from which other parts can develop or grow, the part of a word common to all its inflected variants. Verb, to grow out of, have roots in, or originate in.
Examples.
Stem from a belief. The stem of a matchstick. A rose has thorns on its stem.
Subsequent.
Happening or occurring later or after something else.
Examples.
Over subsequent months. Reduce subsequent mortality. In the subsequent meeting, the team discussed ways to improve productivity.
Sperm.
The reproductive cell produced by a man or male animal.
Examples.
Man with a low sperm count. Production of sperm. The male sperm fertilizes the female egg.
Semen.
The fluid that contains sperm and is ejaculated during sexual activity, which may fertilize an egg and lead to pregnancy.
Examples:
Semen donation. Semen volume. After undergoing a semen analysis, the doctor told him that he had a low sperm count.
Arduous.
Requiring strenuous effort, difficult and tiring, often involving physical or mental labor.
Examples:
Arduous task. An arduous journey. The climb up the mountain was arduous and took us hours to complete.
Procedure.
A way of doing something, especially the official or well-known way.
Examples:
Undergo a surgical procedure. Standard procedure. The pilot and flight attendant ran through the checkout procedure.
Replica.
An exact copy of something such as a work of art.
Examples:
Miniature replica. Exact replica. An artist sculpted a full-size replica of her body.
Suitable.
Fit or appropriate, proper, adapted.
Examples:
Suitable amount. Date suitable to both groups. The dress was suitable for the formal occasion.
Swath.
A strip of land, especially a long, narrow one, a large amount or quantity of something.
Examples:
A large swath of territory. A swath of green grass. The charity organization has helped to provide education to a vast swath of the population.
Tremendous.
Very great in degree or extent or amount or impact, extremely good.
Examples:
Tremendous amount. Tremendous popularity. We had a tremendous time yesterday.
Variation.
The act or state of changing, a difference or change in the way something is done, made or said.
Examples:
Variation of temperature. Gene variation. There is a lot of variation in the colors of flowers in the garden.
Landscape.
An expanse of scenery that can be seen in a single view, a large area of land, especially in the country and relating to its appearance.
Examples:
A peaceful landscape. Landscape painting. Recent electoral shocks have shaken the political landscape in Europe.
Majestic.
Impressive or grand in appearance, size, or manner, stately.
Examples:
A majestic figure. A majestic sense of purpose. The majestic mountain range was a sight to behold.
Creature.
A living being, especially an animal.
Examples:
Creature of habit. Artificial creature. The deep-sea creature was unlike anything the scientists had ever seen before.
Reticent.
Disposed to be silent or uncommunicative, restrained or reluctant to speak, inclined to keep one's thoughts or feelings to oneself.
Examples:
Reticent nature. Reticent response. He was always reticent about his personal life and rarely shared any details with others.
Vision.
The ability to think about or see the future with imagination and intelligence, the faculty of being able to see.
Examples:
A prodigious vision. Telescopic vision. Driving is difficult for me because of my poor vision.
Reticence.
The quality or state of being hesitant or reserved in speaking or revealing thoughts or feelings, a reluctance to speak or communicate openly or freely.
Examples:
Persistent reticence. Underlying reticence. She answered the interview questions with reticence, revealing little about herself.
Implication.
Something that is inferred or indirectly stated, the act or fact of being involved in something.
Examples:
The implication in a crime. The implication of a word. His poem has a very significant implication.
Ramification.
The act or process of branching out or dividing into branches.
Examples:
Ramifications of the scenario. Political ramification. The court's decision had many unforeseen ramifications.
Discuss.
To talk about or examine in detail, through conversation or debate, to exchange ideas, opinions, or information on a particular topic.
Examples:
Discuss options. Discuss solutions. We need to discuss the next steps for the project during our meeting tomorrow.